Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is our reaction to Mob Psycho 100 openings 1 and 2. We were going to do the endings in this video, but apparently there are 4 endings and we could only find 2. You know anything about the show?
No.
Would you like to?
Sure.
This is the story of Mob, who is a middle school student in Japan, who is a psychic of the likes of which no one has ever seen. So he's got a friend named Reagan, who's an adult man. He's like a con artist, and his thing is he's like a fake psychic, but he gives people massages or like pretends to do exorcisms, and takes money for it. But really, whenever there's a real ghost around, he calls in Mob for his after-school job and pays him like cents on the dollar for this. But yeah, he's just kind of has Mob in his back pocket, and then Mob is like super powerful. And the reason it's called Mob Psycho 100 is because he has this like internal meter within him, Mob does, where if his emotions reach a certain level, 100, then he goes absolutely god tier psychic and starts blowing shit up. Like he goes insane. He becomes super powerful and really like volatile. So that's like the conflict. It's also made by the same creator of One Punch Man. One, except it wasn't adapted from a webcomic into a manga in the same way that One Punch Man was. You don't know that whole story. I was going to tell you during the One Punch Man reactions, but you didn't seem to like those that much. So I didn't go into like the whole backstory around how One Punch Man became a thing and how the artist came to do like this in One Punch Man. But this is a great series, and we're gonna get into the openings right now. Anything you want to say before we get going?
I like this starting screen. It's very aesthetic.
It's much like our background, fortunately. So, hope you guys enjoy our reaction. Like I said, I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the second opening, so the second one's going to be a surprise. But this first one is really good. Hope you guys enjoy. You can get the uncut for these opening reactions and all the other ones we've done on our channel on our Patreon, patreon.com/boldcast. So check that out if you're interested. But we're getting right into this. Mob Psycho 100 opening 1/99. Let's go. The animation in this show is crazy. The style is like out of control for this. It's awesome. Salt splash.
It's a really creepy Ferris wheels.
What'd you think of that one?
That was not what I was expecting, I guess. Some broccoli, some eggs, some weird, like, Ferris wheel, but with heads on it. A cactus that, like, turned into a... I don't even know. Mm-hmm. That was super weird. I kind of liked it, but it was super weird.
That's the thing is, I think, if I have the story correct, One Punch Man... I won't say the whole thing. One Punch Man was a webcomic that the author was creating, like, in his spare time, and he was horrible at drawing. That's why those, like, shitty drawn faces in, like, One Punch Man when it gets all, like, dumb looking. And then, so, like, that was his first, like, major hit success, and then he started doing this on his own after One Punch Man, I think, got picked, maybe before it got picked up for a manga, because it got redrawn by a really good manga artist, One Punch Man did. But this one was a second thing, and I think he is or was doing them at the same time. But this is a lot more like a crystallization of like his style. So all like the wackiness and weird comedy of One Punch Man is like taken to another level in this. But I think it honestly works better than in One Punch Man. And like he just goes full off with the fucking style and the fact that it's animated. I think this is Studio Bones, so they're obviously known for good shit like Fullmetal Alchemist and a bunch of other things. Fire Force, I believe. Yeah. Soul Eater. Bunch of things that are like really well animated. But so not only do you have like this crazy style of one, which is like really distinct and hilarious and unique, but also like the animation to pull off, like making it so weird and stuff with the vegetables. Like I can't even explain that joke, but it's really funny. Now, anything you want to say?
Yeah, just you tell me it's about like a guy, like a child basically with psychic abilities. And then the opening is just like
psychedelic.
I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it's so weird.
I think you would like this show better than One Punch Man, based on what you thought.
That seems to be what like every comment.
Everyone's saying that, and I thought that they were kind of overblowing, and they just want us to watch more of the same type of thing. But I genuinely think that if we were to watch One Punch Man, you would enjoy it more because it takes itself. Mob Psycho, that you enjoy it more than One Punch Man, but there's no real telling.
I like the colors. It's
very colorful, and the animation is like One Punch Man had really, really good animation. I feel like they take more risks with like the stylization, and it might even be better animated than One Punch Man in a lot of ways, but they do a lot more. There's a lot more creative like techniques employed in Mob Psycho, so that's really cool. And I've only seen season 1, like I said, so I don't know about season 2, which is why I might want to react to it at one point. But I definitely want to react to it at one point. It just depends on when it comes up in the polls or when we have time for it. But we're getting on to the next opening. So opening 2, let's go. Haven't seen this one.
Very different.
Legos. Oh, is it shifting between? So Mob has a little brother who's like really gifted, and he like looks really cool. He's like good in school and shit. Oh my god.
A lot of characters.
A lot of those weren't all the allies. A lot of those were like enemies. These are all the allies. That's the physical fitness club that he joins to try and get the girl he likes. Oh my god.
Man.
That was cool. I like the first one more, but this one was really cool. I love the cityscape. How like they went out just like.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool when it was all red, but then also other colors as well.
I love the way you describe that.
You know what I mean? Like, the city was red, and
like
but then they still
shit.
had green and purple and blue.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see. Like, I don't know, we're just, like, on a shot right now of it. And it's interesting to see that because normally if you do a red background, then, like, everything else is gray or, like, just blue. Or, like it picks, like, 2 colors. Mm-hmm. But then this one, they have, like, a bunch of different colors. I don't know, that's kind of interesting.
Really dope. Yeah, I would be interested in watching the show.
I don't know what to think of those like 3D Lego looking guys at the beginning, and then when it goes all crazy,
I love it
with the colors. That's so.
What do you mean you don't know what to think? What's not to like?
It's just so weird.
What is there to think about it? It's just awesome. It's fucking interesting looking.
It looks scary.
Why? Because it's like it looks like something from the 90s, and I love the subtle the rainbow sort of oil slick on everything.
Did you see, there's a guy jumping from all of their hands.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
It's mini versions of them. So when he has the bowl cut, that's Mob, but when it goes spiky like that, that's his brother Ritsu. And I didn't explain this. So Mob is the older brother, and he's gifted with psychic powers, but he doesn't want to be a psychic. Or he doesn't really care about it, because what he wants is to be with this girl, his childhood best friend who only likes guys who play sports and are super cool. But he's weak physically, but he's the most powerful, very One Punch Man-esque. He's the most powerful, but the other things in his life kind of take a toll. Whereas his little brother Ritsu is super popular. He's really smart. He's really good in school. Mob is shit. He's bad in school. He can't pay attention to anything. And so but his little brother can't do psychic powers. So yeah, it's cool. I want to watch the show again. I watched it the first time. Did I watch it the first time with? I think I watched it for the first... Yeah, I did. I watched it for the first time with a Japanese exchange student that was living with us when I was living at my parents' house. And that was a really interesting experience. There were some scenes that were just fucking hilarious, and you couldn't explain why. But it was perfect because he spoke English, but we didn't need to communicate, what was funny about it, because it was just hilarious to both of us. But in a way that you can't explain. Yeah, it's that dynamic was funny because even if we could speak to each other, we couldn't fully describe what was so hilarious about what was going on. Yeah, this so I forgot about that. That was actually interesting. Anyway, I want to watch the show at some point for sure. Don't know when it will be. But yeah. Anyway. Anything else you want to say before we get going?
It wasn't what I was expecting, but it was interesting. I think in terms of just the openings, I think the visuals were probably stronger, even though they were weird. I think they were stronger than the songs.
Yes, yeah. I absolutely agree. I really I wish we could watch the endings right now, but yeah, maybe we should, because I don't know when it'll be voted for again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna watch the endings, but only ending 1 and ending 2, I believe. The season 1 ending and the season 2 ending. I know that there's at least 3 more in season 2, but in order to find those, we would need to go through the episodes, and because I want to watch the show at some point, I don't want to be spoiled, so we're gonna be doing the season 1 ending and Refrain Boy, and then Memo Sepia. So, Mob Psycho ending 1. Let's go. I love the song. This is all oil on glass that they're smudging. They use this technique in the show, but the song is so fucking good. Such a fucking good song.
Yeah, I think I've definitely heard that song before.
Yeah, I used to listen to it. I started listening to that song again, when I was going to school, on the drive or just in the morning. And it was, fuck, that's such a dope song. I love that song so much. Anyway.
Yeah, that was a really good song. Really interesting art.
Yeah.
I think I'm really coming around to the idea of having a different style for the ending.
Finally.
As you've probably noticed.
I think I have noticed, because I kept saying it, like, oh yeah, you probably didn't like that one. You're like, well, I wouldn't say, don't put me in that box. And I'm just like, okay, sure. I guess you're changing your mind.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Because it used to be like, whenever you would see, especially the one that always comes to mind is the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood ending one.
Yeah, I still, well, we're actually watching those later today. They'll be on our channel.
Mm-hmm.
Soon.
At some point in like a week or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably next week, I think.
Anyway, yeah, you
I
saw that and you just fucking
that.
hated it. And I was like, it's not that bad. Like, the song's good, the visuals are interesting. I think it's better than... I think taking a risk with the ending is the best thing you can do, because it's the ending, it's not the opening, and it's not the show, and it's just a cool way to show off different techniques and like what people are capable of, and like make some creative product.
I think I don't like it sometimes, but I think sometimes it works, especially when it's something like this that's just really beautiful.
Yeah.
And not just kind of a different style for the sake of a different style. This like seemed to really fit, and it's interesting because it's a bit more serious than
it seems like it. Yeah.
Like it seems a bit more normal than like the opening really caught me off guard.
Yeah.
By how explosive and colorful and weird it was, and then the ending is just like totally normal.
Yeah,
and really beautiful.
The ending, like, really, I feel like that ending really gives you an idea of like the heart of the series, kind of. Whereas the opening is meant to give you, sort of introduce you to the ride that you're going on, which is what they're supposed to be doing. The opening. So, yeah, I really I don't always like what I see when it comes to like doing weird styles and stuff like that. It's a hit or miss, but that's part of the risk that you take from doing different art styles. But I'd way rather they try to do something cool or interesting rather than just a shittier version of an opening, or just like some Sakuga animation fight scene that's not like just in a random location or in a void and then put music over it. Like, it can be cool if the song's good and the animation's good, but it's not as impressive as something like this, where the song is on point and the visuals are not something you've seen before. So yeah. Really love that. All right, next one, unless there's more you want to say.
I mean, I could just talk about different examples of when
Go
you
ahead.
do that. I was the one that comes to mind of like a recent one that I really liked was the Jujutsu Kaisen ending. It was just very
true,
very unique. Not necessarily like an art style that I'm a huge fan of, but it like worked with the song in a way.
And the vibe they're going for.
Yeah, like the art style worked with the song and with the colors and with everything.
The character designs.
And with like everything in it really worked to make it really solid.
Yeah.
And it like
really
they fully went
good
into
choices,
it.
Yeah.
And that was like with this one, I feel like the song was really, really good. And the visuals were really good. And they went quite well. Like, I don't think that song would have worked as well with the opening. Maybe it would have, but it would have been kind of like
it doesn't.
Weird.
The song doesn't fit the show, I don't think. Or in rare cases it might, because it does have its emotional moments. But the show is mostly characterized in a lesser way by like the shit you see in the opening. It's not that insane all the time. That's like a sort of crystallization of sort of what kind of an experience you're going on when you watch the show.
But anyway, so I like that. And I'm excited to see the next one.
Next one, let's go. Haven't seen this one.
I don't like that little green thing.
He's a little spirit. He can possess you. That's how he like does his thing. That's Reagan. Or no, that's not Reagan. That's Reagan. That's his attack as he throws salt, because it's like it's supposed to ward off spirits.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's pretty cute.
really dramatic ending to that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of like dramatic undertones in the show. It seems like in season 2 they go more into the younger characters and less, like, it seems less plot heavy, which seems awesome. I'd be excited to see that. Yeah, I think that I just got reminded of some things. I think that you'd like the show. I genuinely think you'd like it.
Yeah, I didn't like this ending as much as the first one.
Oh, for sure.
But it was still interesting, kind of cute.
I like how it's all like isometric in some places. Like when he's standing in the classroom, it looks like an RPG. How they have that framing, and then you can go in the different planes and everything. You move sort of in an X. It looks like and so a lot of the scenes are like that. It looks kind of like a video game, like an Animal Crossing type thing. Kind of cool. I like it. But yeah, that's not Reagan. That's another psychic kid. But yeah, so another example of an ending with like a different art style.
Yeah. And
you enjoyed it, not as much, but you enjoyed it, right?
Not as much. It was quite cute. It looked like the style of like an actual kids TV show.
Yeah, already. Yeah, I'm just remembering a lot of the stuff about the show, and it's kind of making me want to watch season 2. But we aren't going to be watching anytime soon because we got a bunch of stuff lined up for the future. But eventually we will, because I've seen season 1. I think very highly of it, and although you didn't like One Punch Man, I think the things that you didn't like about One Punch Man don't necessarily apply to Mob Psycho, and that makes sense. And it's cool that it's like that, because One Punch Man was just a parody mostly, and Mob Psycho kind of uses parody, but it's more of its own thing. It's not a commentary on like a genre necessarily. There are elements of that because obviously he is like. It's a similar thing where he's super strong, but yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction to Mob Psycho openings and endings. Sorry we couldn't get the other ones, but like I said, if we're going to be watching this at some point, because there's 4, I imagine that the different times that the ending changes represent a change that happens in the story. So I don't want to like sift through the episodes, find those endings, find out what happens, get completely spoiled on the reveals if we're going to be watching the show. But we hope you enjoyed our reaction to the endings that are here. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And we'll see you next one. Bye-bye. Thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council.
Zenge,
John Ortega,
Aurora,
Lewis,
Christian Bay,
Kage Uzumaki,
Dreadful XR,
Xiao Lao,
Brian,
Handicap Bonkai,
D23L,
Charles Liu,
Jude Caspino Buford,
Nick Psycho,
Michael Wells,
King Mr. Mew,
Rifleman Z51,
Thelmus Celetius,
Brandon Bruce,
Yankee,
Vanonian,
Yuki Ali,
Mord Tarragon,
Josh Carey Gray,
Jordan Agnew,
Lolly Convict,
Redacted,
Zachary Porth,
Mohammed Burnham Ahmed,
Michael E. Zabel,
Callum Forsyth,
Nicholas Woody,
Soma Yukihara,
Dogs Free,
It's Your Boy Dom,
Christian Nielsen,
Phantom,
Quant Tuggle,
Proyectos Informatica,
Sugar Daddy Alex,
Tara,
Hunter Wayne Germany. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.